happen, and I won't let it slide. It's not the first time Justin will do such cheap tricks with poking eyes like those. His fight against Paddy will be his last name. UFC is only for the real fighters, not the cheater.
Were you surprised by Paddy's game plan?
I didn't understand his game plan even. He wanted to box with Gaethje, but he couldn't wrestle him, he couldn't box him. He just a little bit young and he has a better chin, but he's a trash can.
Just curious, what did you think about Paddy's chin? Because a lot of people say Justin Gaethje is the hardest hitter they've ever faced.
Yeah, but Paddy got knocked out like 15, 20 times. Yeah, Justin was like 3-4 years ago, he was different. Now it's like he's getting old, and it's last a couple fights he got.
Paddy's heart, the grit of this kid. I don't care that he lost the fight. He comes back and murders like most guys.
Yeah.
Like anyone that doesn't have the grit. Like obviously everyone, like myself and everybody else, is worried about how much a fight like this takes out of you. But he's super young.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think he's young enough to bounce back from a fight like this and to turn it into a superpower moving forward. Because not many people survive Gaethje the way he does, the way he did, or like have moments of greatness late in the fight after taking the hits that he took.
That Scalzer does not get knocked out. Oh my God.
I just felt like I did enough. I just felt like I did enough to get the job done. Paddy is getting the beat out of him right now. It looks like, Jesus, this might not end well.
It was almost like he understood the assignment. We're on Paramount. This is a new network. They're going to be new fans. We need to introduce them to what the UFC is. I think after watching that, everybody that was tuned in are going to be lifelong fans of the UFC. Because on this special night, there is not a sport in the world that can compare to the UFC, and tonight we have one of those special nights.
So once that absolutely thunderous noise finally died down, everything shifted completely. The whole conversation among experts and fans took a hard turn. Instead of just speculating about who'd win or what crazy moments might unfold, everyone started dissecting every single second of this massive showdown like forensic investigators.
You were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get the fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show the durability he had in that fight tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, he will be considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that's what fucked him. Every other one, he's the underdog, and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight, he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost impossible. I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in, say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down.
Right before, what made it fascinating was how divided people were before the first bell even rang. You had one side absolutely convinced that Paddy's relentless pressure and lightning-quick tempo would steamroll Didi completely, but just as many experienced voices were betting everything on Justin's ice-cold composure and that devastating knockout power being the game-changer. This split prediction actually became the story of the fight itself, making every moment feel personal for viewers since their pre-fight calls were being tested with each exchange.
Gaethje, what an unbelievable performance. Paddy the Paddy, oh my God, you impressed the hell out of me. Incredible. He'll learn from that, but I tell you what, he's got what you can't teach. Heart, grit, determination, all that shit. Yeah, you can make tweaks. You can put the chin down, you can lift the hands up. What he showed tonight is that he is legit. The man is real, and that's for damn sure. He's at the hospital right now. He'll be fine. They're just checking him out.
Right off the bat, respected coach Tim Welch dropped some serious knowledge about this matchup. He zeroed in on Justin Gaethje's surgical ability to change fights early with those brutal calf kicks. These aren't the flashy head kicks that blow up social media, but they're systematically designed to destroy your foundation piece by piece. Once those shots start landing, they don't just hurt like hell, they mess with your balance, wreck your stance, and turn your legs into concrete blocks. When that base starts crumbling, everything changes. Your timing gets sluggish, your reactions become predictable, and suddenly those lightning combinations Paddy lives for become telegraphed and readable for a calculated striker like Gaethje. In that compromised state, Justin's natural power becomes exponentially more dangerous because opponents simply can't move or escape like they desperately need to.
Very, very good at grappling, and I felt that he deviated from the game plan, meaning that if I was in his corner, you're going to move. One, he's got to keep his hands up here. I like the traditional look where you can move, you can elbow, you throw your right hand, right, left, high kick, push kick. You're just way more, this is standard. This is like the best option. But I still feel like he deviated from the game plan where I think he felt that he was going to be able to knock out Justin Gaethje, and I just don't think Paddy Pimblett has that torque. Not saying he can't do it, I just don't think he has the torque to knock out a guy like Justin Gaethje, who's been in wars with guys like Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Max Holloway's knocked him out. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He's been in wars with Eddie Alvarez. He's just been in a lot of wars on the feet. But when you look at some of the things that, Khabib did to Justin Gaethje, he made it look easy. He took him down, past his guard mount.
Here's where things got genuinely terrifying. According to multiple analysts, the moments when Paddy Pimblett faced maximum danger were actually during his explosive offensive bursts. When Paddy would unleash those signature flurries with his characteristic intensity, his defensive awareness would sometimes lag behind his aggressive output. Against a precision sniper like Justin Gaethje, even half a second of exposure can be the difference between landing a shot and getting knocked cold. That slight lapse in his guard left his chin hanging out there during those frantic exchanges. From Tim Welch's expert perspective, it was a brutally simple equation. Just one perfectly timed, devastatingly powerful counter from Justin during those moments could end everything instantly. The stakes during those sequences were absolutely astronomical.
Aspect to this entire game plan, okay? Gaethje was going to pressure fight him, walk him down, guns blazing, turn it into a dogfight, and hopefully he outlasts Paddy. Okay, this whole game plan is banking on the fact that he knows he can take more, he can deal more, and he can capitalize on it later in the fight. Okay, because and to be fair, he's got legs to walk with that because he's done it time and time again. And round 3, we saw him be like, okay, I'm gonna take this round off.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna stay at mid range. I'm not gonna walk you down and just let you come back a little bit, try to build some energy. and everyone was worried. Like honestly, I saw like a glint of disinterest from Gaethje. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was weird. But then round 4 just puts his foot back on the pedal, maybe knowing he's got 2 rounds left. Bar fight Gaethje. It was Gaethje of old. It was.
But here's the fascinating contradiction. Despite this constant threat of a fight-ending blow lurking in every exchange, Tim Welch refused to frame this as just a striker versus grappler matchup, and he's absolutely right. When rounds wear on, especially at this elite level, those carefully planned game plans usually fall apart under pressure, and fights like this inevitably devolve into beautifully chaotic warfare. We're talking scrambles on the mat, grinding battles against the fence, and those exhausting transitions that can dictate entire fights. Those messy scramble situations are exactly where Paddy Pimblett does his absolute best work. He's got this incredible ability to drag opponents into these grueling sequences that can completely flip momentum. He might look hurt or stunned momentarily, then suddenly through pure grit and relentless fighting spirit, he creates opportunities to seize control and turn everything around.
I don't want to look like a loser right now, but everyone saw I was better than Justin that fight, but the UFC wanted him to win. The lad smashed my eye with his finger. I had to play all of the rounds with a broken eye, which is not fair.
You saw him do it to Michael Chandler. He's taken on the highlight Justin Gaethje. 26 wins, 5 losses, 20 KOs. The dude fucking KOs people. Early on, he'd calf kick the fuck out of people. He'd calf kick people where they couldn't take it anymore. He had many TKOs from calf kicks alone. The guy is just a dense fucking ball of muscle, built for fighting. 37 years old now. He's crumpled people with his left hook. He's crumpled people with his right hand. Paddy Pimblett is going to have to be very careful throwing his flurries on Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje will sit down and rip a left hook, or sit down, drop his head, and launch a right hand. That's Justin Gaethje's ways to win. He could KO Pat.
This chaotic environment is exactly why Tim Welch described the fight as razor-thin margins. We're talking about scenarios where one perfectly placed strike could instantly change everything in seconds. The danger remained consistently that high throughout, yet despite this constant threat, Welch actually leaned slightly toward Paddy, which seems surprising given Gaethje's power. His reasoning was that across all the possible ways this fight could unfold, Paddy would find his path to victory more often than not. What's telling about this assessment, though, is that he admitted none of those routes for Paddy felt safe or guaranteed. It would always be a chaotic, dangerous journey, but one where Paddy's unique skill set gave him a slight edge in the sheer number of ways to win.
Justin Gaethje, with the title around his waist, he earned it. Justin Gaethje's fought all these fucking monsters his whole goddamn career. Edson Barbosa, Donald Cerrone, Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Khabib, Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira, Fiziev twice. Dustin Poirier again, Max Holloway. Like, holy shit. He's fought the elite. So I'd love to see Justin Gaethje get it done. If I had to put, fuck, this is hard. If someone gave me $10,000 to bet with, and they said, hey, put it on who you think's going to win. I'm going to say 60-40. 60-40. 40% chance that Justin Gaethje knocks Paddy Pimblett out. Hits him on his chin. When Paddy Pimblett's flooring, hits him right on his fucking, hits him right on the scouser chin, boom, gets dropped. 40% chance, I think. 60% chance this fight, Justin's not able to find him. It's a little bit, it's like a spastic, weird style. He's not able to find his chin. If Paddy Pimblett puts him on his back, it's going to be a long night for Justin.
With every landed strike echoing through the arena, expert opinions remained completely divided. It was like watching two entirely different combat philosophies collide. One side firmly believed that Paddy Pimblett's wild, unconventional movement combined with his deep grappling instincts would drown Justin Gaethje in pure chaos. They thought Paddy could drag Gaethje into uncomfortable positions for extended periods, pulling him away from his wheelhouse as a precision striker. The other camp put their complete faith in Justin's legendary composure, fight-ending power, and striking accuracy under pressure. Their view was that Gaethje would make Paddy pay dearly for every reckless advance and sloppy exchange he attempted. This fundamental disagreement made the actual fight something special, where every single exchange felt like it carried the weight of potentially rewriting the entire narrative. The atmosphere among experts and fans shifted constantly because neither fighter allowed the other to find any kind of comfortable rhythm.
Will youth be served with Pimblett? Maybe. Gaethje, experience, good striker. He's well-rounded everywhere, but he's got to use the assets of a smaller guy. We've seen it, where you got to box, you got to use your legs, you got to set traps. You know, he's got the capability of doing that. Outmaneuver, outflank Pimblett. You know, Pimblett, let me tell you, he has improved a lot over the last 2 years. He really has, bud. He has gotten better. He's gotten more. You could see he's come into his own. Confidence-wise, physically, he's in great shape. They usually all are. But he's improved. His striking has improved. He's a good wrestler, grappler. But he loves to strike. That's what's going to make this fight really interesting and good. They're both going to strike. I mean, for the most part, they're both going to strike.
Going deeper into Tim Welch's brilliant breakdown, he consistently analyzed the matchup through the lens of cumulative damage and precise timing, always coming back to Justin Gaethje's relentless calf kicks as early game changers. His core concept was deceptively simple yet brutally effective in practice. Early leg damage, which Gaethje excels at delivering with surgical precision, fundamentally alters combat dynamics. It doesn't just damage muscle and bone, it compromises your entire stance, limits your lateral movement, and most importantly, subtly changes how you react defensively when attacks are coming. Welch also highlighted that while Paddy Pimblett's aggressive approach defines his style, it can create extremely dangerous openings for opponents. A patient, powerful striker like Justin only needs one clear opportunity to flip the entire fight with that perfect shot. However, and this shows Welch's analytical genius, he acknowledged that as rounds progressed, the fight would naturally drift toward those chaotic exchanges and unpredictable scrambles. That's precisely where Paddy's natural confidence, sharp grappling instincts, and willingness to be dangerous even from bad positions could become his path to victory. As Welch put it, this wasn't a blind gamble, but a calculated risk where either man could be proven right depending on critical moments emerging at the worst possible times.
But I would go with the over on this because I think the over-under is like
2.5 rounds.
How many?
2.5 rounds, over minus 115.
All right, listen. Again, we have a pretty good record here, but, you know, I mess up once in a while. What are you going to do? That's why it's gambling. But I like the over. I like the over. I mean, if Gaethje fights the perfect fight, you never know. You never know. But I know who the judges are probably favoring. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. It shouldn't be anything about that. It should just be about what goes on in the cage or in the ring. But I can't help myself but think about things that I see. So maybe, you know, Gaethje would really have to do a job, I think, to get it, which he could. But I think I'd probably favor Pimblett a little bit. But at the end of the day, if I...
When a legend of a sport speaks, everyone pays attention, and renowned boxing coach Teddy Atlas approached this entire matchup through the careful eye of a seasoned strategist. His insights were incredibly compelling. Atlas strongly emphasized the absolute importance of Justin Gaethje maintaining smart footwork, intelligent positioning, and disciplined restraint rather than just standing and trading shots like it's a bar fight. He repeatedly stressed that Gaethje's experience only matters if he uses it wisely and avoids getting sucked into a wild slugfest just because the crowd wants blood. That would be a massive tactical error in his opinion. At the same time, Atlas gave Paddy Pimblett tremendous credit for his evolution both physically and mentally. He described Paddy as significantly stronger, much more composed under fire, and far more comfortable in those extended uncomfortable exchanges. Atlas ultimately leaned toward youthful energy and raw determination having a distinct advantage deep in fights, especially when fatigue sets in and decision-making starts to suffer. From his perspective, Paddy had much greater ability to adapt and adjust his approach throughout rounds without losing his core identity as a fighter, and this capacity to truly evolve and absorb punishment both physically and mentally can make a massive difference in championship rounds.
If he can eat it, I can see Paddy catching Gaethje and maybe almost like a Oliveira fight, you know, catch Gaethje, hurt Gaethje wobble, and then, you know, get to Gaethje's back or something, maybe sub him. You know what I mean? Like, Paddy is very well rounded. You know, he out wrestled wrestlers, he out grappled grapplers. He stands with you. You know, he doesn't care. He throws. You know, everybody do like his chin is in the air. He takes shots. Yeah, he takes shots and he still walk forward. How long will that last? We don't know. And that's the question I have to this fight. Or what his reaction is going to be when Justin Gaethje catches him.
Max Holloway, always a straight shooter and incredibly insightful analyst, boiled down the entire complex matchup to one brutal, unforgiving question. Would Paddy Pimblett actually be able to survive Justin Gaethje's legendary finishing power without completely wilting under that pressure? This seemingly straightforward question cuts right to the heart of what makes Gaethje such a uniquely dangerous opponent. Holloway's expert take was this: if Paddy could show the raw durability and mental toughness to weather that incoming storm of strikes, then he absolutely had the natural ability to turn those terrifying bad positions into grappling advantages and sudden momentum swings. In a fight at this level, those kinds of shifts can completely reverse everything in an instant. Holloway also made it crystal clear that Justin Gaethje, unlike many other fighters, never needs to land a high volume of shots to change a fight's trajectory. Every single well-placed punch and kick he connects carries truly devastating, fight-altering consequences. It only takes one perfectly timed, crushing blow from Gaethje to instantly erase an entire round of hard work before Paddy can even establish any kind of rhythm. Meanwhile, the always relentless Muradovishvili, known for his incredible pace and non-stop pressure, saw this entire fight as a genuine coin flip, a pure 50-50 proposition from beginning to end. He outlined two harsh, unforgiving scenarios for the bout, emphasizing there was virtually no middle ground whatsoever. The result would definitely be one of two outcomes. Either Justin Gaethje would systematically break down Paddy Pimblett through continuous accumulating damage until Paddy simply couldn't function or defend anymore. Or alternatively, Paddy would somehow survive that early onslaught long enough to drag the fight into those chaotic, cardio-draining grappling exchanges where momentum would gradually but inevitably shift away from Justin. This transition might be barely noticeable at first, with observers not realizing the real-time change happening. From Muradov's viewpoint, the deciding factor wasn't just skill alone, since both elite fighters clearly possessed the tools to win. Instead, it came down entirely to pain tolerance and the ability to make smart, crucial decisions under overwhelming pressure. His key observation was this: over potentially 5 grueling rounds with exhaustion and damage inevitably mounting, it's the incredible mental and physical toughness to keep enduring that constant punishment while still managing to choose the perfect moment to strike back that determines who ultimately prevails when everything's on the line.